Get it out of your mouth.
Why?
Stop putting things in your mouth when we're streaming.
I talk about how much you don't like this.
I
actually,
know.
Pierce got me some candy cigarettes that I could use instead for you.
I specifically
At
got
least
them for the Monday games.
That's at least better.
Is it better?
But now
But
he
it's
uses
much
them all the
grosser when I
time.
set it down now.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome to the Dreamlands. My name is Philip.
I realized that this game, because of these intros, is the opening to Jackass every single time. Now,
Oh, yeah?
there's a person that's clicked.
Pierce, this is the last one. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
Was it like
To go to Lolly
like
and
the
Pop.
episode of Simpsons where the first like 10 minutes is complete non sequitur for the rest of the show?
I feel like at some point they even do a meta joke of it where it's like you have to watch a Simpsons for. It's like after 5 minutes they're like, okay, now I see what the actual episode's about. Because it takes a minute.
Yeah, when I did my last rewatch of The Simpsons for like, I don't know, the first 20 seasons, because those are the ones that are like ingrained in my head.
The first 20.
Yeah. The first 5 minutes, I was always like, what fucking episode is this? Like I was rarely able to pinpoint exactly like, oh, I know this episode. I had to like get into each episode. The beginning never had anything to do with the rest of it. And I couldn't piece together what I was about to watch. Despite knowing, once it passed that point, I was like, I know exactly what's going to happen now. Okay. But that first 5 minutes was always impossible for me to like figure out what's going on.
For sure. It's the because there's no correlation. There's no clue.
I have learned that Simpsons nerds are a level of nerd I am not prepared for. they know so much with such specificity. There's a show on Dropout, the Dropout channel that does like Dimension 20, called Actually. And it's just a show where
they know it exactly from Bart's writing on the chalkboard which episode it is.
That'd be it.
I can't do that. Yeah.
It would be stuff like that, or they, because the whole thing about Actually is that the whole game is that the host is reading a statement and something in it is wrong, and it doesn't matter. You don't wait for it to be done. When you see what it is, you just buzz in and you have to say actually, or you get no points.
So it's like Jeopardy. You have to ask the question.
Exactly like that. And it's fun. And they did a Simpsons one, specifically all Simpsons questions. And like one of the women on there had written a Simpsons book that year or something like that. They are intense people. The 3 intense comedy writers. Like,
yeah.
And when they do like Star Wars centric ones, it's like the people are not that intense.
Yeah.
Like the thing that is like debatably a religion, debatably one of the biggest religions in the world at this point, is not as intense.
I don't watch The Simpsons. I think I've seen like 5 episodes in my life, but I sometimes pick out music for The Simpsons. Fun fact.
Ooh.
And my company is the new composer team for it because after the original guy left. So that's my only connection to The Simpsons.
I haven't watched The Simpsons in a long time. That's what happens when a show's been on for 32 years.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, every couple of years I'll stream the whole thing again just to catch up.
That's right. It's 1 year. It's 1 year younger than I am.
I think I'm a couple seasons behind on The Simpsons.
Ooh. You want to get into long runners? There's Detective Conan. For like 20 years, he's been 10 years old.
Oh my god! It's also oh man.
I will not.
It's my all-time favorite show. So
I mean,
Ralphie.
When The Simpsons hits, it hits harder than it. Like I mean.
Wait. Can you say that as the author of the Doug Compendium?
Yeah, I mean, you got to get inspiration somewhere,
That's
right?
True. Doug is very inspired by The Simpsons, after all. Think about it.
There's a whole chapter on the interrelation between Doug and The Simpsons. I won't tell you which character. You'll have to read the book.
No, yeah, of course.
It's actually turned to a one-man show, though, now.
What?
Instead of a book. I threw the book out. Wasn't going.
It's getting away from you?
Yeah. It's a
Wait, the Doug book is now a one-man show?
Yeah, it's a 9-hour show, no intermission.
I want to watch it so bad. I want to watch it so bad.
Yeah. So.
I don't understand.
Wait, you were around for some of that. I thought Kevin's whole.
No, I don't think so.
Wasn't that in Lost Lore Academia?
No.
Or was that only in Star Wars?
No,
All right.
It was in Star Wars stuff.
Well,
yeah.
Kevin basically is writing I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Kevin was writing a multi-volume, just reference work on the history of the cartoon Doug, but apparently we're now just learning that it is now a one-man show.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's the reason he is DJ3 in this game. That's the only joke
Because
I
he's
think
Doug
that was
Jolly
made.
instead of Doug Funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Ah.
that was the only joke made about that in the entire run of LLA.
Millie, should I start getting like a lollipop like Kojak?
I just want you to
No.
get progressively bigger things until you are having like one of those lollipops the
What
size
if
of
I
your
what if I
face.
literally just smoke a cigarette? Is that okay?
No.
You do it out. You do what you want. You do
Perfect.
you.
I will then.
No, that's worse. That's worse.
He did that last night. I told him he looked like he's in he's in a screwball comedy and he's on a deadline. Like
Yeah.
Huh.
Ha, ha.
This is some real Leslie Jones energy here.
What's that, Chief? I don't have time to show your daughter around the city. I gotta finish this paper. Okay, well,
Leslie Jones or Leslie Nielsen? Leslie Nielsen's what I meant. Yeah, there we go.
Mm.
I could
Very
see Leslie
different people.
Jones doing it.
Very
with
different comedian here.
Very different comedians.
They'd be either way. I'd be
Lovely.
interested. Well, hi everyone, and welcome to the Dreamlands. It's been a while since this is our first game in a while where the Dreamlands is not just Asha, Filian, and Dominic. Those three have actually had a few adventures just them.
Wait, Adventures Without Doug?
Yeah.
Impossible.
Impossible. And no, they never will. DJ3, were you present? Did you join the group when they went to Ravensdread and met Friederike? Were you present for that?
Where the person got murdered?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm going to now catch everyone up. Treason, you've been gone a while. We have just said that Treason has just been, not wanting to leave the thing. Oh, and Treason has been plotting the murder of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, we've been plotting how to kill Sherlock Holmes.
Can't wait. Love that.
So, in the intervening sessions, let me just kind of do, an overall recap for when stuff. So, Treason, after they found old Sherlock, that was, oh my god, that was session 6. Tonight's 10. This time, Tempest Fugit, y'all. Many members of the group, although neither you nor Filian went on this mission, they went to a world called Ravensdread, where they wanted to find more information on Orlando, who is a person you might have heard about a few times, but he's a sort of a mysterious person. He's a member of a species called the Stitched, who are basically sexy Frankensteins. So, upon going to Ravensdread, they asked some questions and found out that Orlando is not well liked among the Stitched. And Asha spoke with a veiled woman who claimed that she was once actually engaged to him. Her name was Friederike, and she was veiled while in the cathedral because since she is so beautiful and she was crafted by human hand, that it is an offense to God for her to be seen in such a place. That's just a detail I'm really into. The point is, the group sort of spoke with Friederike, and decided they wanted to talk to her more upon hearing all this stuff about this Orlando character. But when they went to find her, she was unstitched by Orlando. Rope taken out, pulled into a million different pieces. She'd been murdered, and everyone was gasp.
Wait,
So-
was she just unstitched, or was she chopped up?
She was all her stitching was pulled apart, and so she just
Got
fell
it.
into a million different pieces and was dead. Sherlock was there, and he said, "I'll investigate. You guys get the hell out of here," etc., etc. They took her body back with her. Oh, and Nova spotted in a mirror that a figure pulled a black petal from a rose and disappeared, which the group had already seen Orlando do, so they assumed it was Orlando. In the midst of all of this, they're also learning that there is a figure called the Nightmare Rider, who was a part of everything going on in this sort of realm and how this stuff went. We go further. In Chapter 8, Filian, Asha, and Dominic, the Strike Force, went on a mission to a place called Wild Range in the Condor universe to seek it was called the Assistant, and they were seeking the former assistant of the Dreadlord, of Robin's Dread, which I should also mention to you, Treason, is a world that used to be a Dreadland, but then got pulled into the material world, or it became its own material world. Big deal how they did that. Very, very, a lot of questions. The group have been piecing together that it seems that Orlando sided with the Dreadlord of that place, a man named Ludwig Ketzerschloss, who was sort of a, mad scientist type guy. He sided with him against most of the Stitch, most of his creation sided with the people. They and the Saints did whatever it was that freed that whole realm. But Igor, his assistant, escaped. His hunchbacked assistant escaped to a Wild West plane. The group came there, explained they were trying to save Friederike, and this guy decided, you know what, I did like Friederike, and even though he was very offended by what Filian said, he was like, it's okay. He gave them his journals that explained how he took the professor's journals with him. So now they had the key of how the Stitch were put together in the first place, learning that the unique ingredient was not only the sort of strange science used by Professor Ketzerschloss, but also a lightning strike from a dread storm. The purple cloud storms that roil, full of that evil mist within the Dreadlands. They also got some more intel about the Nightmare Rider, and decided they needed to follow up on that in last week's game called the Aprode Ivan's Folklore Index, where they went to Caleron, which is another material plane connected to Robin's Dread. Back when it had been a thing, that was the scary place you'd go, but now they're both there. Caleron, they went and spoke to some Shadow Elves. Dominic was very racist against Shadow Elves.
Being reasonable here.
Okay. They went to Examidian University, and they spoke to Professor Aben Evans, who was in the midst of putting together a folklore index. They basically, whether intentionally or not, sort of disclosed that they were dreamwalkers. And he was like, oh wow, that's amazing, tell me everything. Asha continually refers to herself as a fae, and everyone would speak to her in Sylvan, and she'd have no idea what they were talking about. He, in the process of doing this, they asked him everything he could tell them about the Nightmare Rider, and he obliged and was explaining how the Nightmare Rider is a figure in many Shadow Elf folklore stories, fairy tales, kind of ranges and things, but he is often connected to something called the Wild Hunt. People riding in the sky in a sort of kind of way, although he either is he's like a separate part of it, or maybe the one behind all of it, uncertain depending on your read of it. However, a young Shadow Elf came in, and this will be of note to both Treason and DJ3, or actually no, it will be of note to Treason, and it will be of note to Kevin. A young man named Mr. Faimyao was one of his clerks. He came in and was taking notes on what was going on. But there was some, things got a little suspicious, things got weird. Filian asked if Mr. Faimyao was also wearing a flesh suit, because Filian at the time was operating his Dan Stevens flesh suit again, but now with ears because he was a Shadow Elf, desaturated. And Mr. Faimyao opened his face up to reveal that he too was being puppeted by a minifigure called the Mime. And they proceeded to fight with the Mime, and the Mime was dominating people's minds, and it was very dangerous, but the group did manage to sort of attack the Mime and push past, and Philly was being held, shouting orders to Asher, advice to Asha, etc. The Mime, they were unable to. Oh, the Mime also tried to hang this professor guy, so it was tense. But the Mime had to retreat out the window and was unable to gather up a bunch of stuff he was trying to take once the jig was up. So our heroes, though they were not able to apprehend him, prevented him from whatever malfeasance he was doing there. And
there's only sent one Mime, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say she did not take it seriously. I told her to send 100 mimes.
She doesn't. She might not have that many minifigures.
That's how she.
There goes our
That's the expanse of her power.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see how much they are.
No need.
No, don't buy a ton of mimes, Philip. Buy something cool.
Do you need the Mimes?
In universe,
Oh,
That means you can't
there's
buy a bunch
other
of mimes.
mimes. Oh my god.
Oh god, you can actually buy 100 different
Oh, there's
mimes
different
for the
ones.
joke.
Oh god, but the other ones are happy.
Yeah, the other ones are pretty happy. The other one's like, oh, although I don't know about this guy. I mean,
There's one that is like looks terrified. I like that one.
yeah, this with the one with like the beret or kind of the like the
Yeah.
the Kangol hat. Hold on, here it is. That guy. I put that in your chat for you guys. In any
I'm not
event,
clicking that.
the point is,
Oh, yeah.
there's many mimes. Well, okay, I can start buying. I think they're around like $10 to $20 a piece. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot to get 100, but I can do it. Who needs savings? I already have a Lego cigarette. I might as well have 100 Lego mimes. Millie, are you glad you've come back? You glad you returned to the game?
I've been going through a really rough time, and now I'm like, is the rough time also happening in here as well as outside?
Yes, the answer is always yes.
Are you having
Yeah,
a
I
rough
don't-
time with mimes as
Millie,
well?
I don't wanna do this, but the time is always rougher in here. Believe me. It doesn't get rougher than in here. Because here it's gamified. And it's on display for the enjoyment of the sick people who view this channel.
There's the illusion of control here.
Yes.
I know I don't have control over the world in my life.
Use your illusion too. So the point is, the group have information on how to save Friederike, which is something that Asha has wanted to do. Asha, here's a question, KJ. Would you say Asha feels responsible that Friederike was killed, or she just feels like, because like she was talking to you guys and that's when she was killed, or does Asha just like, she was my friend, she got killed, we can save her, let's do it?
It's mostly the first thing. Because, I mean, it's a little bit of 70-30.
Kami. So the point is, our friends, though they have done a couple of missions, kind of Philly and Dominic and Asha have headed out. Today, we are not going anywhere. The winning vote this week was for Asha to finally apply the information that she's learned about the Stitched with the assistance of Skoo, her Ewok-speaking droid, her Ewok-speaking medical droid, and the assistance of Corinna, who Lauren is not here tonight, but I have Lauren-approved actions for Corinna tonight. Some if else is that
Casino.
casino? Oh yeah, to build a casino. That's what Corinna said.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were saying Cena, and I was gonna go John Cena.
Can't
Where?
see 'em.
But let's bring him in.
Where?
Can't see him. That's why.
Yeah.
With all of that in
Can't
mind,
see
my
him, but I
friends,
love him.
I'm going to try to take the sting out of this so nobody does it smugly. Let's all go ahead and make our luck rolls, and we won't talk about how many dice certain people are at, what certain people get to add.
Pair of threes.
You have four luck.
Ah,
2 5s.
I dr-
4 luck today.
Are we back at
2
max
ones.
power?
2 1s, you have 4 luck today. You are all at max power.
2 6s.
Cool, you're at 5.
No matches.
Pierce, you're at 3.
I'm just like that. The scales are balanced.
Was it 2 weeks ago that you had 6 or something absurd?
Yeah.
Wait, how many dice
Oh
do
wait,
you
wait,
roll?
it's 4 die, right? Dang it.
She's gonna quit, man. Just cool it.
It's the same number of die.
So,
I found another Lego clown one that's
is this the
Pretty
new
good.
thing? Is this the thing you posted a few minutes ago?
it's a different one. It's like if Bob Ross was a clown.
Uh-oh. We might need to put this in our
Oh,
Oh,
no.
that's not. But see, the thing is, that is
From a game?
that is demonstrably clown. We're not messing with that. We're in minds.
But look at him. He's staring into my soul.
He is really. There is a real Bob Ross quality to that one, though.
Yeah.
He's from Series 1. My goodness. Man, they really came out the gate trying to scare children. So, friends, also, I know people haven't been here in a while. So Filian, Dominic, Asha, do any of you think I've forgotten anything from the past 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, that is important to note?
Oh, I did say that the reason that Filian did say that the reason DJ3 has not been present is that you said something about angel investors, and Filian does not believe you should trust celestial money.
There we go.
That's about it.
Okay.
Wait, so we bought the company?
You have not
Not
bought
yet.
the company. You can't
We've
buy the
not
company.
gone there.
You can't buy the company until you guys go talk to Dracula.
We have to...
And many far wiser than we is the all-time vote loser. It has been an option 6 weeks.
It's not, yeah, and well, that's not true. You can't call it the all-time vote loser because it tied 2 weeks and lost the die roll.
Sounds like it's a double loser to me. I don't know.
Such a loser. It's had so many votes for it, but it's such a loser. It's like the William Jennings Bryan.
Lost in multiple ways.
Is that a history reference? Did that go well for everybody? It's the William Jennings Bryan ever stuff? All right, cool. Will not be crucified upon a cross of gold? Anyone? All right, let's do it. Free coinage of silver, baby! All right. These old-timey political references do anything for you guys? All right.
I'm into them!
Filian gets them. So.
He's too young for them, though. He's only like 30-something.
Yeah, he's way too young to understand these jokes. So, friends, we're going to start. It is a new day, Asha, so a day has passed. You have been using most of your time, I think, sort of with Scoo. Thanks to Filian, you have translated all these journals. Scoo can, hollow project them R2D2 style. But weirdly, I do think that all of your projections are like they always contain trees and things, and they're always Ewokified, even in
It's the wallpaper.
Yes. And Corinna has been reading the journal about the Dreadlands. And sort of she will say, yes, Asha, I think I understand how, I certainly understand how to make lightning using my science sorcery, but there are components of this that I think aren't quite. So you really think just because I'm purple it will work?
Probably.
Oh, all right. Well,
Asha, not expert. You expert.
Well, I'm an expert on a different kind of sort of magical. I was wondering though, you do have of these characters. Perhaps you could gather those who were sort of dreadlords. Isn't that a term for some of them? The ones who were of that. Perhaps we should ask DJ3 about this. He's known them for more time.
Oh yeah, we got all kinds of dreadlords. They were the ones who helped us bring Macy here.
Okay, go get them.
Really seems like they're not good then.
All hands on deck.
We're getting all of them.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, if
Right,
you guys want to,
This, I don't know a thing about dreadlords or characters. Is it a good idea to bring a bunch of dreadlords, even if they're characters, together like this?
They usually hang out together. So
Do they have like some sort of dreadlord bar they hang out with then?
They do all kind. I mean, well, actually,
Honestly,
one of them. I should point out, one of them has already been helping you. Is it Longivus Mons? I think I switch sometimes how I say that one. Sorry. Longivus Mons has been literally keeping Friederica's body on ice. You guys just kept it over by the 6-foot tall mountain.
Oh, that's the dreadlord?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's a dreadlord.
we could also just try talking to some of our other friends from that universe.
Oh, if you wanted to, you could talk to. Sorry, this is going all LLA on you guys. You could people who it would make sense to talk to would be the lore masters of that world, specifically, I think Walker and La Trovadora.
Okay, get them all.
Okay.
I'll get La Travadora.
Okay. La Trovadora is just playing on her guitar. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, in honor of today, she's playing. Nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart. Do. Oh, she'll come to you. What can I do for you, Doug Jolly? The third.
I think they're trying to put the stitched back together.
Oh. And you wanted
They
some,
need some
you
help.
wanted some accompaniment? You wanted kind of a song about sew me back together, sexy bear lady?
I mean, I do.
Mm.
I think they want to know how to do it.
Tell Corinna that purple lady that does lightning magic, same thing as purple mist that does lightning magic.
I see. Walker will sort of come over and say, I'm here as well. Mom, I can help if you want the secrets of the Dreadstorms.
Okay, help her tell Corinna that lightning that come from purple lady, same thing as lightning that come from purple mist.
I'd actually like to know all the secrets of the Dreadstorms.
I think in response to you saying that, Asha, Walker will sort of stand there in his sort of ghostly like vibe of like, and then kind of just Corinna will like hold the book out to him and he says, I can't touch it, ma'am, but you can hold it open for me, ma'am. She said, oh, of course. And she starts letting him read and say, and La Trovador. So basically, she is now showing the Dreadlords, or the lore masters of Blood for Stone this. Meanwhile, the Dreadlords have all come over, and again, the ones that you guys have are Basing Smoke. So the dragon comes and he says,
We
I
have
can
way
help
too
with you.
many.
If you want something, I'm pretty bored. I'm happy to assist.
That's right. I forgot about Basin.
Longivus Mons comes and is just, ancient at death. Mr. Forksendoffer, productivity. Is this a board meeting? I'm here, present and accounted for. Sell shares. The Lich Queen Visibadiroth. The Stone Man, I won't do the voice, KJ. The Phantom Horse comes over. The Fleecing Schemester. Hey, yep, no problem. What's going on? Oh, crazy. Hey, look, that lady's all cut up. What? Oh, you just want us, dear? Where you want me? Can I sit in La Trovador's lap? She goes, anytime, darling. They're cool.
Tell Corinna that lightning that come from purple lady, same thing as lightning that come from purple mist.
You got it. Hey, Corinna. Lightning comes from Purple Lady. Same as Purple Mist, okay?
See?
Yes, I'm not exactly... should we be checking with Henry if now is really the time to do this?
Just do it. I
Yeah,
think it'll be fine.
you have pager something? How we even?
I don't know. I haven't seen him today. I don't. If he doesn't think it's a good idea, I don't want to sort of do it without his. Sherlock will say, "Oh, don't be so worried about him." Oh, hello, Treason. You're here. Usually, you're plotting to kill me. What's changed?
Who said I haven't stopped plotting to kill you?
Ah, or perhaps you've finalized your plans and there's no further need for you to put something together. Point is,
Yes, I am highly considering the Ant-Man method. That was popularized on the internet as a theory.
I'll have to research this once I find out what the internet is. But it is, of course, elementary. So, Asha, Corinna, I hear that you're talking about how you need to speak to Henry before you attempt something. Rest assured, my presence here ensures that nothing will go amiss.
know magic
We
too?
should find Henry.
More than
Do you know
capable of
magic too?
supervising you. What's that, Dominic?
Are you supervising as in just looking at them? Or do you actually know a thing or two about magic?
Well, let's just say that if my superior intellect notices anything that might cause this attempt to not go swimmingly, I will speak up. It's elementary.
You didn't answer the question. You didn't answer the question whether you know how magic works at all.
Oh, I understand how magic works. It's really quite simple.
Well, there you have it.
I mean,
It really isn't, actually.
Filian can practice it after all. I'm gonna play my violin for a moment.
Wait, hold on. Aren't you a boxer?
Oh yes, I'm that as well. I'm a man of many talents, of course. One must keep your mind and body and musical acumen sharp at all times.
Huh.
But yes, go ahead, begin. I'm here to observe.
Dominic takes off after he knows that this involves a lot of lightning, he takes off any metal thing he has and sets it aside and steps away.
All right, so there are a few different ways that you guys can help with this process, and if you can think of any other things you want to do, we will also sort of entertain this. There's a lot of different skills that could be in use here. This won't be like a skill challenge per se, but this is kind of going to be about managing all the different elements of this, because what we need is for Asha to perform surgery assembling this corpse.
Assist surgery because Scoo is lead.
Excellent point. Okay, so you know what? I'm actually going to take away. Yes, I'm going to take you guys out of it. Here are the things that need to happen, and I would like you all to tell me where you want to participate, and if you want to, you can posit another thing, or anyone who wants to can just go get drunk in Haldiers and not be a part of this. Okay. Options include surgically reassembling Friederike as per the journals of Dr. Ketzerschluss, Professor Ketzerschluss. 2.
Got it.
Summoning lightning worthy of a dreadstorm. To do that, there will need to be the actual summoning. There will also need to be, that's what Corinna will handle. There will need to be marshaling the Dreadlords. Some of this we're going to say some NPCs have figured this out and are just basically telling you. They want the Dreadlords present to be putting off that general sense of dread, and Macy, since Macy was over Dreadlords. So basically they're saying if all those characters here can maybe just imbue what Corinna is doing with a little bit of dread power. So somebody needs to organize the Dreadlords. We also need someone to run interference on Sherlock Holmes. Treason. That's treason's immediate. Okay, cool. We also need someone to assist the lore masters of Blood from a Stone, the lore masters of Dread, to sort of help kind of Corinna's side. That may be sort of a portion of that, but that's like a subsection of what Corinna is up to. And if anybody cared to, this is not necessary. I mean, the Sherlock Holmes one, necessary. It's if anyone would do it. People could go try to find Henry to be like, I'm not comfortable with this happening without Henry saying, let's do it. So those are the different things. Thanks, Sasha. So those are the different things we need. Those are the possible things. But if anybody has another element to this, another way, another angle they'd want to assist with this. Oh, I will tell you. Which one would they say? You know what? It would be that, wouldn't it? Despite things being more haunted, I think that they are going to recommend that you go to the ruins of Turbelange Castle, because that will have the most, like, Frankenstein aesthetic. So they're suggesting that we all go to that castle over there in the Castle District, which Callie, of course, named, and Callie is here for all of this, by the way, but she's just really thinking about Frankie. You guys are going to go to the ruins of Turbelange. That's where Asha and Scoo will set up, like, a table, and you'll set up some kind of, I mean... Oh, okay, yes, one other side of things, and NPCs can handle some of this. People will need to build, like, a thing to, like, channel lightning and...
Oh, well, if it's building, Asha's definitely doing that.
Oh, right, mechanics. Okay, Asha, yeah, you should help with that for sure. So, who wants to do what during these processes?
I could try to marshal the Dreadlords.
Okay.
Actually, I feel like I can do that.
You more than one of you can and should do, like, these are not, this is not, I need one person in each job.
Sure. There are 13 of them, so.
There are only 7 here, actually. They didn't summon all 13.
We did our best.
So are these summoned characters, or are they like the actual Dreadlords?
They are summoned
yeah.
character versions.
Okay.
Some of them lived in my brain for a bit. They're okay.
Oh, that's why you want to summon you want to marshal the Dreadlords. Okay.
Okay. But so the idea is Dominic and DJ3 are going to try to marshal. They're going to try to wrangle the Dreadlords. Okay. Fillion.
So I'm of two minds here. One is that I clearly know how to. I have mastery over lightning, so I could assist Karina on that. But also, but also, I have quite a knowledge of necromancy, which feels like a bit of what we're engaging in here. So I don't know if that would assist Skoo, the metal steed, in its surgical nature.
I think that you at this time should make an analyze roll, and I'm gonna actually have you add 3 dice to it. You're going to add 2 for necromancy and 1 for your general arcane knowledge.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Ooh. Let's go with meta narrative. I have a pair of meta narrative.
Pair of meta narrative. I love it. All right, Fillion, because it's meta narrative. Pick a body part.
The head.
More specific.
More specific than the head. Okay.
Sub portion.
Is it my right eye that's bionic?
I can't remember which one is.
Whichever. So I think it's my right eye.
Okay.
I will take the sort of right ocular side.
Okay. Go ahead and expend. I'll let you don't even have to spend that much. Go ahead and you don't have to spend any. You can do like a cantrip. I want you to cast some lightning at there's this portion of Frederica is like on the thing. Just lightning that. Just see what happens. So make a magic roll.
I'll do a shocking grasp sort of thing there.
Yeah. Shocking grasp is lightning. There we go.
I'm gonna spend some power to re-roll.
Is it 2 to reroll? No, it's 3 to reroll.
3 to reroll.
Right?
I was trying to prevent you from having to do any spend any power.
Oh,
you know what?
yeah.
If it failed, if you want to reroll, you can. But
I feel like I want to. I would like to.
okay, go for it. Yeah.
Have a better success here as Fillion. There you go. Another pair of meta narrative.
Another pair of meta narrative. You sort of have a suspicion, and you were trying to do that power, but you wind up doing power because you're like, damn, I lost the thing. You shoot lightning, and a little plastic lightning bolt like hits the face and has absolutely no effect, and then kind of falls off and disappears like all your pieces do when you've cast them. And I think that you have a suspicion that though you can conjure lightning, the best of them, it is not going to affect her weird soft body. So
Not making mess in surgical area.
So your best bet is to assist Skoo with the sort of knowledge-based side. Your understanding of bodies going together will be more useful than your knowledge of lightning, because lightning doesn't work right here.
Sure. Can I ask one other thing?
Of course.
So we are attempting to create a certain vibe here.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way that, being from the castle, is there a way for me to imbue a sort of essence the way that these things are imbuing essence of dread? Since I am from
imbuing a castle vibe.
Yeah, just making it more of a cat, like, I don't know. I just want to see if there's anything to that. I mean, I'll help with that.
Sure.
I just thought since I am from castle. No, I'll help.
No, whichever one you'd prefer. You could absolutely help put a castle vibe into this place. No
I'll just help. I'll help Skill. I don't know what I would do with that ladder thing. It was just something that occurred to me since that's where I'm from.
It is. Treason. I jokingly said somebody needs to take care of Sherlock. But also maybe somebody needs to get Sherlock. She's in. You see, DJ3 and Dominic are beginning to try to like move these so-called dreadlords all to this castle. Asha's going there. Asha, you are enlisting the assistance of one Mrs. Goddett. Because Mrs. Goddett's got it. She's another person from your sort of realm. She's a character.
Yeah.
She's like, Mrs. Goddett's got it, no problem. And she's bringing you lots of equipment to go build stuff with. So you guys are going to try to build a laboratory kind of in the ruins.
Laboratory.
And Filian is actually now riding on Skoo, as he often does. But sort of like Skoo is kind of beeping back at Filian. And Filian, you're probably casting some kind of comprehend language so you can speak Ewok for the time, whatever. But
I guess I would have to cast tongues on myself, so I'll deduct that power.
Jeez, he spends so much damn power because he does stuff. Treason.
Yeah.
How do you want to participate in this little mission? And again, go ahead and run interference on Sherlock. But I will tell you, like... Well, actually, I don't know. I was about to say it's unlikely he's going to really be disruptive, but he might because he's a dick.
I'm going to be the angry little guard dog and protect them all to make sure that they all get what they need to be done. And I'm going to have a very keen eye on Sherlock the whole time.
Understood.
And make sure that everything's going as smoothly as possible, and just be a little tiny yappy guard dog. Make sure security is run at full force, so the mission goes off without a hitch.
I love that.
Of any interference of any of that.
There is one of the characters there. If you're sort of doing that, La Trovadora will sort of notice you perhaps, and she'll say, "Are you trying to? Are you're trying to? You have a problem with Sherlock? Is that correct, Treason?"
I have a problem with a lot of people.
But mostly him?
Yes.
Okay. So just if you want, there are a lot of people here who will do whatever I tell them. So if you want someone to carry you around at his eye level, I'm more than happy to get one of the strong boys to do that for you.
Please.
Okay. Soldier, and the soldier of fortune kind of comes over with his mustache and his weapons. He's like, hey, beautiful, you ready to sing me a song? No, but you're going to carry Treason around and just hold her up and sort of be her sort of big size muscle. What?
But I am the real muscle here.
Hey, she says she's the muscle. She doesn't need me. Yes, but she needs you to be higher up.
Yes. I need to be at eye level, but I am the muscle, mate.
You know there are why doesn't she get the hunk or the hottie to do this? I'm kind of a bigger deal, and she goes, Soldier, no. You will do this for me because you do what I ask. Then you'll send me one of those songs? Of course I will. Alright, fine. He puts a hand down. And, you want to ride on shoulder? Head? Where you want to be?
Shoulder.
Got it. Alright.
We're the muscle and we're the security. I'm the little dog, you're the big dog. We're gonna guard this place.
Woof woof.
But mainly that fucker over there.
I have to say something to Millie specifically, because I can't say
Yes.
this out loud because it's about someone else.
Oh, I can't wait to read the chat.
This is going to a text.
Oh, it's going to a text.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so there you go. So the point is, the soldier will take Treason around. Woof woof. And do you direct him to go to Sherlock?
Yeah, I kind of like directive with the swords in my hand. I'm like,
Yeah.
this way. But we're gonna do a circle. You
I
know,
got him. Point is
protect the crew.
Point is we're clocking this clown. Understood.
Yeah,
I don't like him very much. He talks too much.
me either.
Yeah. You're all right. You're a pirate.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I'm
No,
pretty
fine
great,
with that. Yeah.
mate. Promise.
Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, you guys just gotta go walk the perimeter, keeping an eye on Sherlock, making sure he's not interfering. In the meantime, so Filian, you're riding on Skoo. Asha, you are with Mrs. Got It. We're going to go to Dominic and DJ3. There's a lot of big personalities here. So gentlemen, tell me what kinds of roles you would like to make to try to keep these people in line.
I'd like to, let's say, I'm used to dealing with, let's just say unsavory characters as part of the Matzo family. So
Totally.
I just want to rally them together for whatever they need to do, because I got no clue what this whole magic thing is. And, building a rapport with these things, I figured I'll need to know how the hell Dreadlords work, because I got no clue.
Love it. Okay. In that case, if you're building a rapport with them, I would let you do, I guess, like a deceive to try to what's up, fellow kids kind of vibe, or like, hey fellow monsters. I mean, it really would be a charm persuade, but I'd let you do a deceive because you have a one extra die in that.
Sure. And is that let me see. Am I adding just deceive, or can I use my Matzo family, or is that specifically for stuff relating to the
I'm gonna
Matzo
because it's. I will say that since you have your knowledge of that and the techniques, I'll let you do half of it. So why don't you roll 6 dice? You'll kind of get half the bonus, since this isn't about the actual Matzo family, but you can use the techniques. You can have half the bonus. DJ3, what would you like to do?
Just use my charms.
All right, then give me
Charm persuade.
Give me a charm persuade.
Pair of 6s, mystery.
Ooh.
Do I have a little shared connection with my pal, the Stone Man, since he lived in my brain?
Because you've had many of these folks in your brain, because you've had the performer thing, I will give you a plus. You will have +1, yes, for sure.
Yeah. Two 3s.
Okay. So you are both, I will say that because there's 2 of you, though you're only kind of getting 2nd degree successes, DJ3 is going to the ones he has rapport with. Dominic, you're ingratiating yourself with the other ones. And as of yet, early here, you are able to get all 7 Dreadlords and Maisie. Actually, I'm going to take that back. Nova's handling Maisie. Though Felicia is not present, we will say that Nova is on Maisie watch. That makes sense. Yeah, cool.
Wait, the main villain was here the whole time? Just
Maisie's
She's our friend version.
Character.
And Nova will go, Maisie's kind of saying some weird stuff about how, she says that this isn't going to work because it's not going to be the real Dread. I don't know why. She might just be being funny.
Dominic doesn't understand what the difference between characters or whatnot, so am I a character? Or am I the real
We have real Dread over there. And Asha will point to the 7.
Maisie said you don't even know what fear is, and then she laughed really weird, but I think she's just kind of being weird. It's okay. Speaking of which, Asha, we'll go to you. So Mrs. Got It is like, all right, so what do you want? What kind of we're supposed to build some receivers for lightning, and we're supposed to build like a winch and pulley system to raise up a body on a thing so it gets struck by lightning. Are you sure that's what you want?
Yes.
Okay, well, Mrs. Got it. Let's go to work. Wait, you're an Ewok.
Yes.
Oh, Mrs. Got it. Very good. Okay, well, yeah, we're from the same kind of thing, so you probably, yep.
When Asha asks for things, they're all either going to be the correct name and mispronounced, or in some kind of like foresty term but she'll know exactly what she's talking about, but she's made up a word for it.
Perfect. Okay, Asha. In that case, give me an explain roll. This will represent you clarifying what you're saying despite not saying the stuff.
2 2s.
Because you got 2 2s. Hey, 2 2s. And 2's horror, and you're building a Frankenstein lab. So yes, I will say that despite that, when you're like, Give me like big acorn attached to snail. Mrs. Goddard's like, you mean one of these Durasteel bolts?
That's the one.
Yep. So as the two short aliens get to work constructing, Asha, go ahead. It is time. It's time for you to really do it. This is a work manual labor, and I am going to do the following. I'm going to let you put your full mechanics bonus on this. That's 9 dice.
9. Okay. So we're looking for matches, right? And so, but no stars, right?
You don't have a star in this. Now you can always spend 5 power after the fact to,
Sure.
readjust.
Just move things around here. Okay. So that is 2 4s, 2 7s, and 3 3s.
Okay, so which would you like to use?
The 3 3s.
The 3 3s. Great. I will say with 3 3s, you guys, Dominic and DJ3, while you're trying to talk to the Dreadlords, keep them all here, keep them all focused, you guys do notice that pretty quickly, Asha and Mrs. Goddard have like a Bride of Frankenstein, raise up the thing, pulley on a system. Mrs. Goddard's like, are you sure we don't just want to use some kind of hover stuff? You really want it on chains?
This way work.
Yeah, it's fair. Okay, I mean, I guess it's more to the mood of this place. It's kind of creepy. All right, cool.
Yeah, I've seen
Asha she'll shout to the side, but she'll be like, Asha adding dread.
Hey, I've seen this movie in Galactic Studios.
There you go. Yeah, Philly. Yeah. I would say, Dominic, this is familiar to you. Okay, Fillion, you're gonna help Skoo assemble the body. Now, KJ, I would like for you to roll for Skoo.
Okay.
For the
I
sort
don't
of
have
medical.
a Skoo sheet or anything.
That's fine. I'm gonna tell you. It's gonna be a lot of dice, and one is starred because Skoo is a medical droid. Fillion, before Skoo does this, you're basically going to do this here. This is gonna be a however good you do is going to give extra bonuses to Skoo.
Got it.
Okay, so I think please pitch me if you want to try some other thing, but you're going to get to add your necromancy bonus.
Sure.
I think maybe this would be like an explain.
Explain? I
You're
see that.
assisting Skoo, kind of giving Skoo some,
No, that makes sense to me. That's
Okay.
fine.
So Skoo just kind of is wheeling around, setting all the body parts out kind of into stuff, and looking at the journals, and has the sort of the right kind of kind of hooked needle that he's going to use to try to
I think I will spend 2 power though to have 1 extra.
I love it.
Oh, not that one apparently. Okay. One pair. Horror.
A pair of horror. Well, I think because it is horror, we're going to give Skoo a bonus on this. So Skoo will get to roll a total of I'm trying to think if Skoo should get any other bonus.
25 dice.
I'm gonna okay, Skoo has his own power separate from yours. It is less than you have total. Skoo will have 8 total power. So if you want to spend any more to get extra dice before the roll, you may, or you can save some to change an extra one, although he does get to change 1 for free. But with that bonus, Skoo's gonna get to roll 7 dice and change 1 after the fact. Do you want to spend 2 of Skoo's 8 to get to 8 dice? You want to spend 6 of his 8 to get to 10 dice? Or would you rather hold them
this
for
roll is for just reassembling her?
This is the big roll. This is Skoo consulting the stuff and putting her back together.
Then yes, I want to get 210.
Okay, so you won't now have any for him to re-roll though if you spend it all. You only have
I'd like
2
to get him
left.
to 8.
Get him to 8. Perfect. Okay. So you'll spend you have
6 power remaining.
he'll have 4 left. Okay.
4.
Cool. So roll 8. You get to change 1.
I got 3 5s and 3 3s. Oh, I have to change one?
You get to change one, so you will get to a 4th.
So I guess noir is probably better than fantasy. So 4 5s.
Noir is good because it's black and white, yes, for sure. 4 5s, okay. So Skoo begins the process. However, wrinkle in the process. Skoo is doing this, and though Skoo is consulting the stuff and Philiad is giving Skoo good advice, Sherlock Holmes notices Skoo doing this and wanders over to take a look. Treason, what are you saying to the Soldier of Fortune?
To the starboard side. We have our heading.
I'm not the sailor. You'll have to... Is that left or right? Yar, I'm the sailor.
way.
You should be on my shoulder, dearie. Shut up.
I just point my sword and just go that way and like
Understood.
tug on his ear.
Right. Okay. Well, not now. And he'll sort of head over to. He'll interrupt. He'll kind of intercept Sherlock and say, "Going
Take the
somewhere."
shot.
Yes, I was going to go take a
Just
look.
gonna-
I thought my expertise. Oh, hello, Treason. I see you have a fun new means of.
You're not
conveyance.
allowed over there.
What do you mean I'm not allowed over there? I'm allowed anywhere I wish to go. I'm Sherlock Holmes, the greatest detective in the world. In the multiverse.
No, you're not allowed.
I'm not
Sometimes
allowed.
somebody has to be told what to do, even if they don't like it.
Soldier of Fortune goes, yeah. Especially. Or sometimes they have to be told what they do when they do like it. Well, I neither like it nor don't like it. I simply refuse to listen. If you'll excuse me, sir. No.
No,
Treason. I understand that you have a certain antipathy for me, likely because you have a low intellect and I have a high intellect, and thus you find yourself lacking in my presence and need to throw your lack of weight around, given your small and light stature. The point being, you really don't want me to make sure everything is going according to the best possible plans.
I might be little, but I make up for it in many more ways than you do.
Fascinating. Treason.
And I'm gonna be like, punch, and then I want to run down the guy's arm
Okay.
if he listens to me, and I just want to like jump and just try to like stab Sherlock Holmes in the eye.
Okay, cool. I'll tell you what. If you say punch, he'll understand and he will throw a punch. So you're gonna make a couple rolls here. First, I'd like you to make a
Great.
move roll to see if you can run down the Soldier of Fortune's arm as he goes to throw a punch.
Ah! What is this? Oh, okay. Sorry, I have a set of dice where I was like, what is that on there? I got 2 6s.
Okay.
I got a pair of 6s, so mystery.
A pair of 6s. Mystery, he's Sherlock Holmes. It's on brand for him, sure. So basically,
Yeah.
you manage to, the timing of this works out. You run down the soldier's, like, it's like part of the way you're like running backwards since he's cocking back, but then it's like on the straightaway, you're like da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And he punches. Now, the Soldier of Fortune, who has a very high fight himself, no, that's not how I'll do this. Ha ha! Ha 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 ha!
Okay.
All right, so Treason. Here's what you'll need to do.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a fight roll to stab Sherlock Holmes in
Yes.
the eyes.
So many dice for a fight.
Sherlock
roll.
Holmes is going to roll a dodge, but he needs 2 successes in this dodge. 1 to dodge the Soldier of Fortune, and 1 to dodge Treason. So what he really needs is 2. Well, we'll see. Oh
Okay.
my god.
I want to spend, is it 1 luck to re-roll?
You can.
I have 1 match. Can I
Okay.
re-roll 3 dice?
If you want to reroll 3 dice, that is 5 to reroll. Because it's 3 to reroll and 1 for each die you're keeping.
Okay, then that's fine.
Okay, so reroll your 3.
And I got another. Okay, so I got 2 matches.
Okay. Which one do you want to use?
I got horror, and I got 2 2s, so I got horror, and then I got 2 5s for noir.
2 5s from Noir. Which one do you want to use for this attack?
Can I poke him in the eyeball, horror style?
Horror style poke. Okay.
Make it gross and scary that I run down and then I just jab into his eyeball.
Okay, so here's how this goes. Sherlock Holmes, as you, and as this is happening, Treason, you don't really hear it, but everybody else hears, like, weight shifting back, punch incoming, incline 4 degrees this way, and as the Soldier of Fortune begins to swing, he goes, additional combatant on the hand. He sort of moving back, and he sort of dodges the soldier's punch, but he says, the next bit timing will be, and Treason sort of just like leaps forward, like this like horrific thing sort of to punch him in the eye. He has tied you in terms of this, so he also has a secondary success. He had a third degree, he had 3 7s and 2 6s, so he's using the 3 6s to sidestep that. But because it's a tie, I am going to say that he sidesteps and you get there, and like you, because of the extra propulsion, the Sherlock manages to catch you so that your sword is on his eyeball, but he's like holding you. And so you basically, so in other words, like you've touched him, but you've done nothing, kind of a vibe. It's like it's a full on tie. So he sort of catches, and then he'll sort of, and then he'll sort of set the soldiers like kind of like what the, and Sherlock Holmes just sets you back on the. Actually, Sherlock Holmes first brushes off the soldier's shoulder, and then sets you down and says, "Well, there's no need to resort to physical violence. If you really didn't want me, all you had to do was ask." And he'll sort of turn around and walk away.
I'm gonna get that eyeball. He needs an eye patch.
Yeah. I mean,
he deserves one.
Yeah, or just, I mean, I'm kind of, no offense to you, I'm surprised he blocked my punch. Did you hear him muttering discombobulate? What the hell was that?
But I don't know what that means.
I don't know. It's fucking weirdo. Whatever.
You tell me.
We'll keep an eye on him. I don't like that guy.
The worst. He needs to walk the plank.
Pirate, I get it. Yar, I got that reference too. I'm the sailor. Blah, 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 blah. That's the background. All right, so, because they prevented Sherlock from coming over. Now, would Sherlock have interfered in a problematic way? We'll never know. Filian, you do notice something that Skoo is doing with the 4th degree success that Skoo has had. And it was fantasy, was that right, KJ?
Noir,
right. So Skoo is doing, and it's just like, it's so fucking jazzy, you don't even believe it. It's just gin-soaked sewing that Skoo is doing, sort of putting this back together. You do notice something, though. Skoo is there are very specific explanations of what threads to use in this, and it's stuff you guys were able to sort of find around here or source. But Skoo is often also using like more like threads that have like, you know, forest vine elements like in them as well. Basically, Skoo, there's a little Ewok energy in this thing as well.
Oh. Okay.
So if you want to ask Skoo about that, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I guess I will.
Skoo,
Yub-nub.
I'm worried that changing the thread from the specifications
Yub-nub, Yub-nub.
will
Glowa.
thwart our efforts here. Magic is very specific, Skoo. You change one thing and everything gets fucked.
Yub-nub. And Skoo's like bringing up the like, you know, like the stuff. What Skoo is basically arguing is it says, it's like Skoo is pointing to a section with one of his like 4 little appendage things, where it says like, it literally just says like you know, like must be, you know, like natural filaments and like natural, you know, threadings and things of like natural sources, and Skoo is just really pointing that out.
And as opposed to, okay.
Yeah. in other words, they were trying to have it not be like certain kinds of like more synthetic or like highly processed stuff.
That's like, all right. So I guess
but they probably more mean like horsehair things or whatever, and Skoo is just using other materials. But Filian, give me an analyze roll on that.
All right. No matches.
You're not sure. You don't know if this is a big disaster or not.
Well, fuck me then. I think you've got it. Continue on.
Yup, nup. Well, that guy's wise. And Skoo continues on. Asha, at this time, you and Mrs. Goddard have finished the assembly. So if you would like to go over to Skoo and Filian, you are welcome to as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Skoo, how go? How you doing? You almost done? Or
Skoo begins pointing furiously at Filian. Each up, yap, nap, yap, yap, nap, yap, yap, and bringing up the thing about natural filaments again.
it's natural. Tree bark natural.
Right, I was sort of assuming that was sort of contemporary natural, but I think any natural will probably be fine.
It's not. You want to find younger tree? We can find.
No.
Skoo's just
No.
leaving to go look for a
I don't.
tree.
No. We shouldn't be using underage materials in this. That feels like a bad idea.
Alright, Skoo, never mind.
I like the idea of Skoo like projecting like barely legal trees. Oh my god. Saplings. Okay, whatever. Anyway. Okay, the point is that happened. Meanwhile, Dominic and DJ3. So far, you guys got them there.
There is a question I want to ask these character dreadlords while I have a rapport with them.
Oh my god, yes.
So, do any of you characters know anything about the Nightmare Rider?
There's a weird energy as you say that. Although one person will speak pretty quickly. Nightmare Rider? I'm not really familiar with that. Sounds weird. Says the fleecing schemester. The others sort of are kind of like... Go ahead, Filian.
Sorry, it was just literally a moment. It felt like the fleeing schemester really could have said, Nightmare Rider, don't know her.
Nightmare Rider, hardly know her.
The fleecing schemester's been Dan all along.
No, believe me, no.
But it would have actually been a correct response this time.
Would have been accurate, but too little, too late. It's fine. I have no idea what you're talking about. Very good question. I have to look at them actually real quick to see who, if any of them, would. The Stone Man says, "Okay, oh God, I don't want to do the voice because Cage's. But the Stone Man would convey that it would make a good song, but doesn't say it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Stone Man's like sounds like a good song, but what he really says is like, the Lich Queen, Mr. Fox, you're not getting much notice from any of them. But Dominic, I want you to you can either do a clue on this, or you could give me a detect vibe read person.
I'll just spend a clue. That seems to be using my abilities. So
Yeah.
Was it 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's down to 13. So basically, Philian, or
Right,
Dominic, you asked that question. And though a couple of them reply or grumble, or Mr. Forksendoffer's just stamping documents, you notice that two of the entities present don't say anything, but are paying you a great deal of attention. And those two are the Phantom Horse and Maisie. They are not answering your question, they're not volunteering, but you have attracted their attention with this question.
Huh. Okay. And are characters like are they under like duress, or like are they under command of anyone here, or are they just here?
They're under command for like missions, but they don't have to like tell you any, they don't have to follow your
Okay,
orders.
got it. Okay.
They also can't hurt you or attack you though.
All right. Noted. All of that then. And another question. if you're all characters, are you connected back to the real yous?
Are you? No, I mean, we really don't know what we've done, and after we came here, sort of thing. We were just sort of. I'm just the fleecing schemester as of whenever I was summoned from whatever books they were reading in the library. So I can't tell you what's been going on with me since then. Probably just beer, cigars, bikini girls, the usual.
Then do you have all the knowledge of your other selves then at the point of your summoning?
Most of it.
Then hypothetically, is a Demiplane Dread a Demiplane Dread because you are there? Or is it, so hypothetically, if you were able to leave your Demiplane of Dread, does the new place you go to become a Demiplane of Dread?
Oh, that's probably a question for, he sort of points at La Trovadora and, because none of you are participating in a big section of this, which is totally fine. La Trovadora and Walker are really helping Corinna with what she's doing. And sort of pointing over to the stuff. And actually Nova and Maisie is being carried over, but you do notice, Dominic, that Maisie is, as Nova pulls her over, Maisie is just creepily and she's just staring at you the whole time as Nova takes her over. I would think that of these people, the fleecing seamster would say, an interesting question. I think it has more to do with these sort of, because the Dreadlords get to rule over their place, but they're also trapped inside of it, So, I think if they were actually able to escape, if they went to another Dreadland, then it would probably become a Dreadland shaped to them. If they were not in a Dreadland, if they were away from the mist, they'd probably be free.
Okay. Alright. Sounds... I don't know anything about all of this cosmology stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just a bartender here, so... I guess it's time to revive a body. I've never had to undead someone before.
Speaking of which, DJ3 and Dominic, both of you please give me a luck roll.
Using the starting luck, so 4?
Yeah, your current luck is 4, and DJ3's is also a number.
Pair of 4s.
Pair of 4s. Love it.
2 5s.
2 5s, 4s and 5s. All right. With that, there will only be one. One of you just roll roll me a d8.
Oh, okay.
No, I take it back. Roll me a d6.
Oh, come on. All right.
I know, a d8's fine. D8's fine. It's fine.
All right. 8.
8. I was gonna say it was a d6, so there'd be a problem, but it's 8. There's only 7 options. No complication. No Dreadlords run away. No Dreadlords get distracted and try to leave.
Oh.
I was gonna definitely have one if you got. Point is, your luck's held out. You're engaging them. Your questions are good. That being said, Dominic, the Phantom Horse is kind of just is really staring at you, sort of intrigued. DJ3, is there anything you'd like to do? Any questions you'd like to ask, or are you just palling around with the Stone Man?
Palling around with my old friend there, talking shop.
Callie's so far away.
Talking about our next album that we'll pull together.
Is the Stone Man literally a mountain?
No, the Stone Man is a giant statue of a dude with sunglasses and long hair and a leather jacket, but it's all stone. The Longivus Mons is literally a mountain who's just been scaled down to 6 feet tall, but he's got clouds and stuff. It's like he looks like a tilt-shifted miniature photography. Yeah.
The Stone Man was a composer.
Yeah. He's a brilliant guy. So because of the roles that we've had so far, Asha, you are present. Philiad, you've given good advice, but at this time, and Treason, we'll even say that you and the Soldier of Fortune, you guys can kind of take a peek at this as you two have sort of wandered over here, as Skoo does the final thread. Now, what is interesting, though, is that Skoo has just, the way it's happened to use, is that the threading connecting her face pieces, it's not all of it, but there is one very distinctive green stitching of a more sort of green tinted natural fiber in her face. But you guys watch as Skoo does the final little and then snip. And then
Is it her color?
make a luck roll.
2 threes.
3's fantasy, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna say it's totally your color. It's magical.
Cool.
Soldier of Fortune will say, "Ooh, even with all the scars and stuff, she's a looker, all right."
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, I wouldn't kick her out of bed unless she was into it. Sherlock is puffing on his pipe a ways away, just watching in a distance, shaking his head kind of superiorly. But at this point, Corinna comes over and says, "All right, so I think that what we need is for the Dreadlords are going to sort of all stay here, and Maisie's going to we're going to attempt to use them as a sort of emotional crux for me to then sort of summon a storm with lightning, which whenever you're ready, you can raise this body up, and at the appropriate time, I'll try to sort of guide some lightning towards these collectors that you've built and everything. So, but the trick is that they need to be sort of if any of you want to help them, chanting and dreadifying and all that sort of stuff, you can. But Asha, you should probably operate the machinery."
This is like when we all had to scream to bring Macy here.
I don't know what that means, but Nova's like, "Oh yeah, that was really fun." Basically, La Trovador will say, "Doug, DJ3, it is exactly like that.
All right.
100%. Precisely what it is." So cool. So yeah, you guys can sort of help the. Filian, you at this point, Skoo is like, I like the idea of 2 little like robot things. Skoo like wiping with like a rag.
And I like
Scrubbing
dab
out. Yeah.
Skoo's head, his forehead.
Yeah, exactly. Or Skoo's dome. What is Skoo like? Is Skoo like an R2D2 shaped thing? I know Skoo rolls.
I know he had like treads, like
Oh,
Wally
he's got
does.
treads. That's right. Skoo has treads.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've been thinking something more like a mouse bot the entire time. Just
Oh yeah.
No, I only remember us establishing that he's like moving around on treads, and then after that, I didn't get anything but Wally out of my head.
Then yeah, then you're dabbing the like the ocular pieces at the top.
Sure.
Oh my god, that's great. So basically, you guys have you've done this. You've put the pieces together. You're going to try this
He's
thing.
Forest Wally.
Forced Wally.
Sherlock Holmes will again, but he won't approach like directly. He'll kind of sidle over to the side, and honestly, Treason, he's kind of moving over towards you and the Soldier of Fortune. And he'll just sort of, as he gets near you, so basically, as Asha goes to that, and everybody else assembles, and Corinna pulls out her tertiary scepter, and Nova's holding Agnes and Maisie nearby, and all
Just like in the background of that, Asha's just like naming out crews, like Lightning Crew, waiting for like a call.
Okay, perfect. So as all the crews go, Filian, where are you going to be? Are you going to just stay with Skoo, or do you want to go help with one of these other processes?
I think I'll stay with Skoo.
Understood. So you guys just staying with Skoo. Skoo's kind of looking, but at this point, it's being, she's out of Skoo's hands.
Actually, hang on. I'm just looking at it, like anything that would not turn into immediately a Lego that I might be able to do to help. No, thanks, though.
Anything, or maybe
There's not
Lego.
a whole lot there, man.
Maybe a Lego could help after all.
Well, I mean, like a lot of times when I've done stuff to like manipulate energies and not like conjure something, it's worked. But there's nothing that like mages have that is anything equivalent to like guidance. So
Probably. In this instance, I think it's in Corinna's weird purple hands. Treason. Sherlock walks up to you, and the Soldier of Fortune kind of sidles, puffing on his pipe with the most smug air you've ever seen on a soft person's face. And Soldier of Fortune goes, "Jesus, I hate this guy."
Fucking worst.
He's bad. He sort of comes and says, "Well, it looks like they're prepared to begin. I haven't been able to inspect, so I can't, offer my opinion. And of course, Treason, you've not been on our most recent adventures, but I do wonder if anyone, since Henry's not been here, stopped to consider if this is even a good idea at all."
If they want to do it, they can do whatever they want.
Well,
Don't need your interruptions.
oh, very well. Well, then I'll keep my opinions on who the real Dreadlord of Ravenstred is to myself. Would be interesting if we were bringing such a person back right here, wouldn't it?
I don't know anything that you just said, so I don't care. I just want to still punch you in the face.
Understandable, Treason. Well, then, Treason, any message that I have been unable to deliver to the rest is on you. So, choose to voice my opinion or not, but I'll just be here out of the way, not interfering. And he sort of goes.
I'm just gonna yell to everyone. The pipe man is being an asshole, but he has information. I don't care.
Okay. What is it, House? What is it?
What is it, House? Holmes, houses? He'll sort of give Treason a look of like, can I approach, sort of thing.
Cannot approach. Just say it from there.
Ah, well, I just wanted to mention that I have not eliminated every possible suspect from the identity as to the real Dreadlord of Ravenstred. Which means it is possible, though rather unlikely, that you are about to resurrect that very being right now. A warning I simply wished to point out before you do
How
anything.
unlikely?
She is certainly not my main suspect.
How many suspects do you have?
4.
And can you speak up?
This is.
I'd like to
I
hear
won't
you.
be projecting any louder than this. If you want me, you can either come to me, or you can tell your 2 guard dogs that I can come to you. But I won't. I
Well,
won't
where is
project
she
loudly.
on the list if she not number 1?
She is the least likely suspect. But
And that's good odds.
sometimes the least likely suspect is the most likely suspect because it's the person you least suspect. It's elementary.
That nonsense. You say nonsense all the time.
Yes.
No, that's what happens all the time.
No. Not nonsense. It's what we call logic and reason.
It's always the lead person you least suspect.
DJ3
Except-
understands. Good show, Mr.
Except
Jolly.
when it's not.
Honestly speaking, I remember this coming up last week.
Mhm.
Then I also remember thinking, no, it can't be Frederica because I don't know, there was a thought and now I can't remember it and now I'm like
You
concerned.
just had a thought but didn't voice it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Can I ask any of our Dreadlord friends if they know her?
Please, you were saying she's from a different cluster. None of us know her.
She doesn't even go there.
She doesn't even go here. One thing I want to ask Sherlock, though, now that he brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ravenstred was undreaded when we arrived and she was killed.
Precisely. That is why she is not a particularly high suspect. But
But what if you're the suspect? Because I don't expect you to be the suspect.
well, I'm not a suspect because I did not exist in the Caleron. I did.
We
not
met you.
exist.
We met a Sherlock.
Yes, but you see, no. What I'm saying is, I did not exist there. I did not exist anywhere in the. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember the name of it. I was nowhere in the universe forlorn until after that realm. My master magery did not extend to that place until after the realm was destroyed, or was dreaded.
Okay, let's say she.
What I'm saying is that if you were a truly conniving and clever dreadlord, what you might do is make it so that someone else killed you so that you would be taken to the place you really wanted to go. Especially if Orlando is in league with her.
No.
Perhaps he killed her at her behest to get her right here.
Take her apart.
Scoo's like,
Okay,
yup,
let's say
yup,
she's
yup,
Dreadlord.
yup.
Let's say she's Dreadlord. Hang on. Just maybe. Let's say she's Dreadlord.
Mr.
What
Forkins.
happens? What happens? She wake up here.
That is, Fleecing seems to go, that's kind of what Dominic was asking. Yeah, I doubt she'd, turn this place into a Dreadland. Also, what's wrong with being a Dreadlord? We're all Dreadlords. Forks and Duffer's like, yeah, we're all Dreadlords. We're cool. Bah, 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 bah.
It sounds like if Asha saved her life. She owe Asha, and she become Asha's best friend. And then everything okay.
I will once again reiterate it is unlikely she's the Dreadlord, but your friend Henry is not here to cast divinations to confirm such a thing, so...
He's the Dreadlord.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Okay, then go get Henry!
Oh, I don't know where he is.
Oh my... What?
He's doing some other mission today.
Can you call him?
Well,
All
if-
right.
even if she is the Dreadlord, wouldn't she then have pertinent information to us about the Knight Rider?
Ah, so
That's a
perhaps
good
it's worth
show.
the risk. As I said, I'm not trying to interfere.
Is she Dreadlord? Can we just kill her again?
The Dreadlords all are like, whoa, whoa, hold on, no, yeah.
This is like a hate crime
Yeah.
against
Well,
Dreadlords
wait
or
a minute.
something.
Hey, what are you talking about? That's not up to code.
I'm not saying kill all Dreadlords. I just say kill this one Dreadlord, maybe.
In response to that, they're like, well, we all have done it. Yeah, we've done it. Yes, we've done it before. Yeah, exactly. Sure. Dominic,
Okay.
you notice,
Do I get intuition?
because you've already spent your clue and you've been keeping an eye, you notice that the Phantom Horse leans over to the Lich Queen Visibadiroth and seems to be sharing some quiet information. And the Lich Queen soon steps forward and says, "Yes, we, as rulers of Ignitor proper, would posit that even if you are about to restore an escaped Dreadlord, any information she could provide you would be well worth the risk." And besides, despite the presence of Maisie, this is not a Dreadland. She will be neither trapped nor empowered. Here will she.
Okay. Show of hands, paws, and claws. Who against bringing Frederica back? Anybody?
Can
I
I?
do a detect vibe on.
Yeah, I want to read.
You two
person.
detect vibe it up.
Yeah.
Treason.
These are my hands.
Yeah, claw. I said claw. I include you.
This is a
Asha,
claw.
all inclusive.
Is
This
it
claw?
two to reroll or is
Claw,
it one to reroll?
it's
It is
claw
3 to
adjacent.
reroll.
3 to reroll. Okay. Let's do
Huh.
that. Okay.
Never really
Hair
thought
buttons.
about the shape of my hands before.
All right.
They don't really
Two.
move though. They kind of just stay like this.
Yeah, yeah.
2 4s, 2 3s.
2 4s, 2 3s. I will say that between the two of you, kind of sussing out your people, Dominic, you're probably more focused on the Phantom,
Yeah.
Phantom horse.
Then the horse. Yeah.
You don't think. You think the Phantom Horse is certainly curious. You also don't necessarily think that the Phantom Horse suspects that's going to be the case. Like the Lich Queen isn't saying this because she thinks it's about to happen. She's more just kind of saying, like, if it's a thing, it's not a big deal. You know, like, it won't. But the Phantom Horse sort of wants you to bring this person. That is becoming clear. DJ3, you get the impression that the Dreadlords, no Dreadlords actually, like, the Dreadlords aren't lying. It's not like they think, like, she'll come and turn this into a place. They're sort of telling you it won't. And the Fleecing Schemester, who amusingly is the most trustworthy of them, has espoused that view pretty hard as well. It's more about how Henry said, don't bring back bad guys here. You know, don't bring back, like, master mages or whatever to this place. But
You really can't tell a mobster to bring back bad people because I've got a very
He's
skewed.
known this is our
view.
entire plan, and he's never once
That is
objected
true.
to it.
Sherlock might just be being a dick.
This isn't a secret.
Yeah,
That
no,
is
it's not a
true.
secret.
Like, has she murdered anyone to anyone's knowledge?
Could have.
She can't be the worst
Who
person,
amongst
yeah.
us has not murdered someone?
Just a little bit of murder here and there.
Sherlock is saying, I didn't want to cause any trouble, I just wanted you all to have the right information. But since I'm not allowed to go inspect things more closely, I leave it in your capable hands.
What you want? What you want to inspect? What you want to?
Oh, well, your guardians won't let me approach, so...
I
don't
ask.
worry.
Okay, what you want? You can look, but don't touch.
Is that all right with you, soldier and treason?
I have my eye on you. You have to do everything that Asha say.
Very well. He sort of goes over there and says, I shall look but not touch. He produces a magnifying glass.
We absolutely follow him. I like tug on the soldier's ear, and I'm like,
Oh, I'm
stay
we're
close.
We're on him.
And we're just like, I want us to be like as close to him as like within touching distance.
We're in stabbing distance for sure. Not you worry.
Yeah.
Okay. He goes over and he sort of sees you behind him, pulls out his magnifying glass, looks her over very carefully. Aha!
What?
Just as I suspected.
What?
Me too.
What you suspect?
She is no dreadlord. You should be free to do this without
Oh my.
attention.
That's what I was saying.
That's
Now we
the
behind
equivalent.
schedule.
Holmes is the equivalent of every person at an emergency meeting in Among Us that just cast it on the wrong person.
Okay, we good?
But you see, now that you have eliminated every possibility, so what is left, no matter how improbable, must be the truth, after all. Yes, it's good. Go ahead, Asha.
It wasn't improbable because it was already the least likely. It's fine, whatever.
Ah, that is not what was improbable, my dear. Don't worry. Thank you for your careful watching of me, treason and soldier of fortune. He returns back to wherever he was watching from.
We follow him.
All right, everyone, get to safety positions. Put on your goggles, eye protection.
Eye protection. Do not look directly at the Dreadstorm.
Exactly.
Oh,
I guess
but
I
I'm
just
gonna-
I pull my hat over my eyes. I put my hat over, pull it down.
So with this, it actually now, amusingly, oh my god, wait, here's what we're gonna do. You bastards. I would like each of you
No, you
to
bastard.
roll, I would like each of you to roll 2d8. You guys are gonna roll on behalf of Corinna. As a group.
boy.
10 dice total.
Oh no.
This is the most creative way you've ever come up with this to not be your fault.
Okay, you're gonna sum
Okay, I'm
it
gonna
all up?
re-roll then actually because I want to use the die I have that are purple and I want them.
I guess you guys can use your own power to re-roll these dice. That's going to give her a lot of ability. That's true. And I'll use
can
her
we-
power to change anything. That's fine.
Can we?
Wait a
Can
minute,
I use
hold
power
on.
to change?
I guess you can, but don't you guys want to talk about what you're all changing to?
Oh, because she
Hold
can
on,
only change.
hold on. That's the rules I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, right.
Is it all one shared pool of dice? Therefore, any pairs amongst us, like if I have a 4 and a 1, and someone else has a 4 and a 1, that's 2 pairs.
Yes, exactly. What we're
All right.
trying to do is get to the highest pair of all of it. So how about everybody says what they just rolled?
All
out
right.
loud.
So first round, anyone got a pair on the first round?
That's why I
No.
want to change.
KJ
it.
has 5 and 2.
I've got 1 and 4.
1 and
I've
4.
got a 5. I've got a 5 and a 6.
5, 6.
So we
got
got
two
2 5s.
What do you have, DJ3?
2 and an 8.
You have 2
Two
2s,
twos.
2 5s. Treason, what did you get?
I didn't know I was supposed to roll as well.
Just roll 2 d8s.
Oh, okay. I did not no match. I
No,
got a 4.
it's not, you're. This is a group roll. All
4 and
5 of you
2?
are rolling 10 dice together. So what did you roll?
I did not realize that you wanted me to be. I thought it was people only like partaking in the thing.
Oh, understood. Gotcha.
That's my bad.
Oh, good.
Oh, I got a 9 then.
A 9 and a what? No, roll 2d8.
Yeah, I got a 5 and a 4.
5 and a 4.
Which means 3
So that's
5.
3 5s.
There, you're at 3 5s.
Oh, sorry.
So that's
Okay.
our highest, then with 2 2s.
You have 3 5s, then 2 2s. Okay. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Who rolled a 5? Filian, Asha, and Treason. Okay. She is going to spend 6 power.
All the littles.
She's gonna spend.
Aww!
She is gonna spend 6 of her
I love
power,
that.
Okay.
Okay.
Pierce, KJ, and Millie, please roll 1d8. Kevin and Ka, please roll 2d8.
Okay.
So she is spending power to re-roll this. You got a 5 again?
Got
You-
6.
7.
So don't add them together. What you rolled a 6 on your. You rolled a 6. Right?
1.
You rolled a 6. You rolled a 7.
You gave me 1 die. You told me
rolled
1
a 7
die.
on your thing. Perfect. Okay. Pierce
3.
3. Ka.
I wonder if I can just spend power. to re-roll this. It's a 6 and a 7, so no 5s there.
I guess you could spend 3 power to just re-roll your 2.
Yeah, let's do it.
Tevin, what
Let's
did
aim
you roll?
for more 5s.
A 4 and an 8, but I can
I don't
I can re-roll my.
You can spend 3 and re-roll if you want to, sure.
3 and a 1, so
3 and
no
1.
5s there.
Okay.
3 and a 1.
Well, now you guys do have 3 1s as well. Did Asha or Filian roll a 1 this turn as well?
No, I got the 7.
Okay,
I
so
got a
at
3.
so after all those re-rolls were spent, you guys, she has 5 power here. She can spend 5 to change one of your dice to a thing, and you're gonna have a 4th degree success. Do you guys want a 1 or a 5?
Heroes or noir?
I don't know which one is.
I feel
what.
like,
This feels very noir to me.
It's black
Yeah,
and
but we're
white.
also trying to save a life.
But it's
which
teamwork.
Is heroic.
It is teamwork as well. What do you want the vibe to be? You'll have a 4th degree success in it, whichever one you choose.
So do we want smooth jazz to appear, or do we want the Marvel MCU theme?
Noir will look very Noir will certainly look very like
heroes.
Frankenstein.
Because we're heroes.
Bride of Frankenstein. Whereas a heroic thing will be more of a vibrant thing.
You know what? On the off chance, the absolute off chance that Frederica is just not cool, I don't want her to suddenly have superpowers also.
Heroes! Yes! All right, yeah. Definitely heroes.
So Filian is
Doubling
suggesting
down.
Noir?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm from Noirland, so I would suggest that too.
Noir. Yeah.
All right. Then
In fact, we can only change one,
you
even
can
as
only
a
change
group.
one yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Although I guess that if somebody wanted to spend 5, you could change one of your other, like Dominic, you could change one of your 3s to a 1, and then you'd have 2 4th degree successes. Because right now you are looking at a 4th and a 3rd as the backup. You don't need that. I'm just saying. I guess you could.
Oh, can I change mine into 1?
You want to
Oh, no,
spend
I have
5 and
one
change
in-
yours to 1?
We're not using 3s, right?
Yeah, no one's using 3s.
Yeah, why not? I have 1 power left. We're good.
Okay.
What could happen? What could go wrong?
Fair
This guy.
This is the most complex. You said you weren't going to come up with a new game engine, and you just did. You literally just.
All right,
did.
so
I'm
in
all
that
about it.
case, with double 4th degree successes. Okay, so
double
I will
4th
say,
degree?
what's that? Go ahead, DJ3.
If I change one of them to. How many? We had 3. Oh, we had
You
3
had
ones.
3 1s, so you're changing your
That's
3
right.
to another 1, and now, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means you have 2 4th degree successes. Very good showing from a total of 8 dice. With that, a storm begins overhead, and the storm, as it's kind of coming out of this sort of, you see the scepter of science sorcery that she's wielding, given the chanting and weird vibes of all of these sort of dreadlords here and her own purple quality, the storm does take on a purplish tint above, just as Asha said it would.
I'll do same thing.
And then she says, "This is very strange, but all right, everyone, cover your eyes." And she reaches up to pluck down the lightning. A lightning bolt crashes.
They're straight at it.
Asha.
Asha would have built a switch even if it wasn't necessary.
Oh,
for
you
the-
definitely need to switch. Asha, this is your time. Operate
Okay.
equipment.
Oh, damn.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. It's a 6.
It's her like highest thing, so she'll be fine. But
Okay.
3 1s.
3 1s, and that's teamwork heroism. Very good. Asha, do you want to say any Ewok riff on life? Give my creation life.
No.
Cool. So, go
Can
ahead,
go.
Asha.
Just
throw your
She's
switch.
gonna
Twerk
flip
with
and
the.
And as you throw the switch right as a bolt of lightning strikes, sparks go flying. The thing has been raised up, and it's you see like the electricity going off, and all the dreadlords go, ooh,
We'll eat popcorn.
yeah, sure. Mrs. Got it. The Justorian military agent came up with a churro cart, no problem. And at this point, as all this goes on, Asha, you sort of, now you can lower the winch and have the thing kind of come down. And there's, of course, a sheet over her, because there's always a sheet over her. And as she gets lower, you all sort of approach. And then the form underneath sits up. She pulls the sheet off of herself and says, Where? She looks at Asha. You!
Yes. Hi.
Where? No. The last
Hold
thing
on.
I remember, I was walking into my home and I saw.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. First things first. What you name?
I'm Friederika.
Okay.
I am Filian. Nice to meet you. We
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
meet before.
Yes. This Asha's friends from. So, who's the last person you saw? You were saying just to.
It couldn't be who I saw.
Well, who was that?
I could have sworn
Maybe
I
it
saw.
was.
I could have sworn I saw Orlando.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we saw it.
So he bad guy.
I know. I was trying to warn the one who's in love with him. And she gestures to Corinne. And she says, "I didn't want this rumor out there. I'm not in love with him. It was part of a cover story." Oh dear.
Yes. We talk about that later.
What?
So
Did she get
yes.
superpowers?
Oh yeah. You feel okay?
Yes, but I am naked under this sheet. Do you have any clothing?
I should have another cowl. I should don't know it fit you though.
Well, I take off my suit jacket and give it to her.
Aww.
Baller.
Now she's a well-dressed.
Okay.
And then I admire women in suits look good, don't they?
Thank you.
Feel better now?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm a bit shaky. I feel. Wait,
Yeah.
what is? I've been restitched.
Yes, because Orlando unstitch. We fix it.
You did, but no. Only the professor was able to.
No, that's not true.
We do have his notes.
How?
I guess. Yes.
They were lost.
We
They were
found him.
stolen.
Found. Now found. Yay!
Amazing Grace, you know, all that.
But no, you don't understand. They can't. You must. There must be no more Stitch. This is.
Well, there's not more stitch. It's same amount.
Well, we're gonna go probably kill Orlando, so that'll be one less.
Yeah.
Sorry, Karina.
I'm not in love with Orlando. But,
You don't have to hide it. You're with friends. Saves-
how did,
Everything must be perfectly balanced.
but the journals you know.
We not gonna make more. I should just fix you.
This took a lot of work.
It was.
Well, I appreciate it, but I'm sorry. This jacket is very nice. I'm sorry. I'm just a bit disoriented.
No, that part of the process. If you might be like this for a few days.
Oh,
This was not.
Do you want us to just unstitch you again?
No, but.
I think, as I understand from...
Are we in a Dreadland then?
No?
Oh,
Well, then
No,
this
Not
should
that dreadful.
This should not have been possible.
Well, we had some friends.
It's
Oh, what kind of place is this? Yeah, just monsters.
okay. Maybe if your name rhyme with Schmed Lord, you should leave.
Freeze just like, hold on, Asha. Hold on. Let me get this straight. We come here, we work our tails off, and now that there's a naked lady or a barely covered lady, now we have to leave.
Would you like different barely covered lady?
I mean, I'd like any barely covered lady. I like bikini magazines.
Okay,
Exhibit
Asha
A.
will just take off her cowl.
Oh. I feel like that didn't quite hit the way I...
It's what you asked for.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, good point. He'll walk away.
DJ3
Mhm.
summoned all of those entities here before, right? I
That
imagine
was-
that was a disorienting process. How did you help them all cope with their arrival?
Also, Wednesday's for.
Oh, Wednesday just appears right behind you, literally. Hello, sir.
We have a new arrival.
Oh no, she's not a character, sir. She's a person.
You guys are all people too.
Oh, I can of course see to her needs, sir, but I cannot help but adjust to life as a character, sir. But if she'd like some buns, I can give her some of my buns.
No, she have that. She need pants to cover those.
Oh, I think she liked jackets too.
I mean pastries, but very well. Oh, do you want some clothes, man? This way, ma'am. Come, miss, I can help you, miss. Frederica says, thank you, maid. I suppose okay, I will go with her then. And she'll take her to one of the many mansions you summoned, where there's sure to be some clothing in a closet.
Do not like at least a souvenir store here where you could find some clothing if necessary?
They're actually, or that, or she'll get her, yeah.
The prices are outrageous, though.
So she'll sort of walk over. Sherlock kind of saunters over and says, well, I'm impressed with what you've done. I hope that Henry's not too disappointed.
Why he be disappointed?
Oh, because you did this without his official go-ahead, but also, as you say, he knew it was coming, so I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. And maybe he should be more accessible. Maybe he should have a phone number we can call.
Also, he brought us all here, so clearly we're the best in the multiverse.
Oh dear!
And it pulls Soldier's ear, and I go, punch him.
Good show. And as the soldier is just like punching at him, Sherlock's just like dodging in that really obnoxious like 43 degrees this way. Perfect. Yes. Very well. Good show all. Oh, Filian, you have cheered me greatly with your jocularity. The game is afoot. And he just heads off.
Maybe Henry's out raising money so he can buy this company.
You're still on about that?
Well, that is possible. I find it highly unlikely.
It's a great investment opportunity.
Corinna will say, well, Asha, it appears that we've done it. I am very depleted. I actually have 0 power left. So I'm going to go lie down now.
Well, take
the jacuzzi helps.
Oh, yes, maybe I'll get into a jacuzzi. The hottie and the hunk are like, come on in. We don't mind. Oh, well, how wonderful. Sexy AM/FM radio alarms like, yeah, we had so much fun in jacuzzi, you won't even believe it. You can't twist my nuts.
They just always at the jacuzzi.
Yep, they're there. I mean, they will go do something else if they're told to, but otherwise, yes. So basically,
just so pretty.
It's like
so pretty.
Like just skin sloughing off if they stand up.
Guess what, guys? I have another Voluptua rule. You can't get pregnant in Voluptua, and you can't get pruned in Voluptua.
Ooh.
Yeah, It's a great place. No pruning in Voluptua, baby.
So that's where all the variants go.
So many good things there. No, all the variants, yeah, good ref. You don't get no rug burn either. So okay, well, thank you all for go ahead, Filian.
I just have one request, DJ3. You're the one who knew all the Dreadlords, right? You're the one who spent time with them.
Yeah, we went way back. I mean, Callie knows some. Nova likes some.
Oh yeah, I really like a lot of them, but really amazing.
Could either of you introduce me to the Lich Queen?
Oh, you don't want any part of that.
No, I really, really do.
No, because she likes this other one who likes the other Lich, who then.
Well, there's many Liches here.
It's a very complex.
Actually, Filian, if you look, you can see that there is a love triangle of Liches.
Oh, maybe this place is better than I thought.
They remind you of your wives.
No, none of them ever became Liches. They probably would have killed me if they had.
Just the chair. Just one became a chair.
I think that Corinna.
It was her wish.
Lord in heaven. I think Corinna at this time kind of goes over to Asha and says, well, Asha, it seems that we've done. Are you satisfied?
Yes.
So, okay, then I am going to go to the hot tub.
Would you rate her 5 stars on the app?
Okay. She'll sort of head off. Dominic.
5 out of 5. Would use lightning again.
The Dreadlords are now dispersing. They're heading out. But 2 other individuals do come over to you. La Trovadora and Walker. And
the Texas Ranger?
No, Walker, he's a footman.
Oh, okay.
A ghost.
He's a ghost. And they sort of come over, and La Trovadora says, Dominic, I heard that you were asking some questions of the Dreadlords about something called a Nightmare Rider. Is that correct?
Yeah. His name came up.
This is something
No clue what it
I
is.
know a song or two about a Nightmare Rider. I think this may be something that I don't know much, but I think this may be an area where Walker has more information. And Walker will say, Adu, the Nightmare Rider is... I think the Nightmare Rider is connected to Merkshire,
What's Merkshire?
where I'm from,
Oh, okay.
where the Phantom Horse is from. The Phantom Horse is the Dreadlord of Merkshire.
Oh, okay. Huh. Connected to that specific place, not just showed up there once or twice, just connected to the place.
Yes,
Huh.
sir.
Merkshire. Thanks. And I walk away.
Yeah.
I don't know what they
You're kind of
want
like,
to
you're
do
kind of
with
like, well, I don't know what this is, but I'll pass this along to Henry whenever he's back.
that. I got no clue what this
yeah.
place is.
So with that, Wednesday takes Frederica into a room, finds her some clothing. Frederica sort of sits down and says, wait. This is a scene without any of you to close. Wait. Yes, miss, what can I do for you, miss? I just, please, how did they know how to bring me back? This is supposed to be a secret that we ended when we freed the Dreadland. This was not supposed to be something that could ever be done again. I don't know, miss. I can ask, miss. Yes, thank you. Frederica lays down in a bed in one of these mini mansions. Wednesday goes. And then Frederica leans back and closes her eyes. And feels a presence. Feels a sense of, oh good, you're all right after all. And she screams. And that's where we'll end today's session. What does that mean?
Yeah, I also often do that as I'm drifting off to sleep.
Fair enough.
I was sort of imagining she just starts speaking Ewok.
Yup nub, eat chop yup nub. Cool. All right, well, hey guys, great work. You got Frederica back. It had some complications, and Treason got to do what she's good at.
Yep.
And the Soldier of Fortune respects Treason, so that's cool.
Yeah. We got a bond.
You guys have a
Kind
little
of bond.
Fucking Sherlock Holmes he's so lame. I like him so much.
So lame.
What I like about
So
Sherlock
lame.
is I will level with you guys because nobody actually asked to do a read version on Sherlock. Sherlock was pretty sure she wasn't. He actually was like 100% sure she wasn't a Dreadlord, but he just wanted to be a dick.
Yeah.
What
That
a
was
fucking
obvious.
turd.
He just kind of wanted to like. No one's thought of this, so I just sort of said, shouldn't someone? No, it never even occurred to any of you.
I don't even know how any of this thing works. Of course it didn't occur to me.
He's such a jerk.
I was actively hoping for it.
So, my friends, a few things about next week's game, which we'll sort of we'll get into. Options. I think the invisible box has been resolved by now. The invisible box was a vote choice this week. I think it has been. Whatever was left would have been figured out by the people there since you guys didn't handle it.
Sure.
So, and yes, that was going to be a really upsetting one because there was literally.
I
just gonna be-
legitimately didn't read what that was because I knew very clearly.
You knew what you were doing. The invisible box was basically that there was a
mime.
the mime left. There was someone trapped in an invisible box, running out of oxygen.
Oh no, we just left somebody to die?
They figured it out locally. So
It's fine.
or they didn't. It resolved itself one way.
They figured it out by just moving the person somewhere where they didn't have to look at them.
Oh, boy, yeah, just-
Put a sheet over it.
let's put a sheet over the invisible box. Yeah. Other games on this channel, please join us on Wednesday for more Top Flight Tales, where we have a variety of fun stories to choose from. We'll see what happens there next. Join us this Wednesday. On Friday, we're back with Blood from a Stone. We are starting a new plotline thread in Blood from a Stone. I'm very excited for it. I think longer time viewers will be excited. We're sort of returning to a place that we've only glimpsed. I'll phrase it like that. On Sunday, we will have a game. I cannot tell you what that game is yet. It is maybe a Strange Lore, possibly a Here Be Dragons, maybe just a chat about Marvel Snap. Who knows? And then 1 week from tonight, we will be back with Some Adventure. I will try to give you options for that tomorrow, so you can start voting tomorrow. And you'll have 6 days of voting, as we've been doing. I'm going to try to do a thing where I post what the results were, because that had been requested. It's possible I'll only do that every other day, though, based on if I have time or forget or whatever. So go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Go to our Discord to interact with us. Go to our wiki to... Don't go to the wiki. Don't go to the fake news wiki. Don't go to it. It used to be hard news and hard facts, and it was worth your time, and now it is lies and calumnies.
What happened to her?
The wiki is...
The wiki isn't your page.
The wiki is no... honestly, no. You can still... Actually, I want to say that. You can go to the wiki.
Kevin,
Stick to the hard news articles.
There's a page on the wiki now called Quotes from Philip.
Stick to the actual like reporting. Stick to like the historical record. What we don't need is these opinions.
Go to the wiki.
Philip's quote page just like the gossip column? Is it just like
It's shocking lack of journalistic integrity. Out of context.
the Inquirer?
Quotes. Because nothing that I'm quoted as saying on there is okay in context. So for them to be pulled out of context, they're really not okay. So, yeah. Sophia says, Philip, it literally has 3 quotes. Yeah, but they're damning. That's true.
Wait,
You didn't put the what about lactation on there, did you? Okay, anyway, thank you all. Does anybody here want to?
That one's immediately getting added to the list now.
That was one of the roughest things I've said on this. It was on a Friday where the gloves are off, but that is one of the roughest things I've said on this channel. And there was a new player there that night, and I think they were pretty scandalized. Shall we? Anybody want to plug anything they're up to or doing, or Manzukis?
I'll do a quick Manzukis.
Cool.
That I think fits into the general vibe. It's something sort of inspired by Frankenstein, and I think it's an unseen Pedro Almodovar film. The Skin I Live In, starring Antonio Banderas as a sort of a, let's say, a mad plastic surgeon. That'll be my my on-game recommendation this week.
Very, very on game. The Skin I Live In. Very good. Sophia says that movie is terrifying.
It is. Deeply so.
One of the quotes is, if you complain loud enough and in the right way, you get something out of it.
I think that's a quote that, I did say that.
Yeah.
I love that you immediately went to go read them.
My favorite quote I think about yours is when in another game, Kevin, I asked if I could have an extra luck dice, and he said, canonically, you cannot.
That's true. That is true.
Canonically, you can have extra luck. All right, so thank you all for watching. This was a treat. We will see you next time. Until then, and in honor of Felicia, I have to do the gesture. I gotta set up. Okay. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, sweet dreams.